Hey guys, how's it going? Praying here. Today I'm going to bring you guys a sponsored Hand of the Gods Smite Tactics video. As you may know, Smite is a famous MOBA. Features kind of like the 3D view and get to do a bit of a first person sometimes. Well, they used their characters and they made a pretty interesting card game I'm going to highlight for you guys today. This is a card game, but the cards are played as units on a playing field, so there's a lot more strategy. Card games that have this type of feature, especially this one, because there's so many decisions and they're not RNG decisions. You choose where you want to place the units. Typically, the better player wins a lot more often in these type of card games. So immediately, it was a fairly appealing feature for me to try out the game. The game, as you guys know, a lot of you guys try a lot of these card games. Yes, this game is very free-to-play friendly. It's totally free. It's in beta, so they're still adding features. They're adding another god that you can play, another type of deck. And yeah, they're trying to get the community involved. They have regular tournaments that you can use to qualify to the eventual big $50,000 tournament in January. So the competitive scene is getting started. There's a lot of cool stuff being added, but what do you need to play? Not much. The starting decks that you basically just have when you play the game. You go to collection, the Zeus Wrath, Odin's Might, Ra's Glory, Nua's Empire, and Belladonna's Army. These are all just base decks that everyone starts with. I used a lot of these to do very well. I won almost all my games with variety of them. And these decks are decent. I opened about 70 packs total. The first 30 or so, I'd say the first 20 or so were fairly impactful because I acquired some of the more rare cards in the set, and some of them can be pretty powerful. I think Thoth is one of my favorite cards. It's the reason why I kept playing Ra, which is kind of Egyptian. So whenever you heal a friendly, this guy deals 2 damage to all enemies in the same row. And that's a lot of range. This is some really powerful cards, but there's not that many high rarity cards, and typically what you're going to experience opening your first like dozen or so packs that you're just going to acquire through normal play, normal quests in your first few days playing the game. You're going to open most of the core cards to, just playing whatever god you want, and you're going to get a few of these high rarity cards like Thoth epic cards. So if you get Thoth, you might consider playing Egyptian, you might consider playing Ra because you have one of the key components and you wouldn't have to craft it. So the base is very easy to get started, and after the first 20 or 30 packs, almost everything I was getting was just like triples of a card. You can only have 2 of any given card in your deck. So yeah, there's really not that much to get started in this game. You can get started for free, and I encourage you guys to try. And if you do, I encourage you guys to use my referral link. Now, just to highlight a few of the basic gameplay, I'm just going to do a playthrough just for training so you guys can kind of see how this works. I'm going to highlight my Egyptian deck. This is the one I've been tweaking. I have nearly 100% win rate with this deck. I'm playing against Odin. Odin has the Norse mythology behind it. The hero power plays a 1/1 warrior with charge, and typically this hero power follows through how the deck normally plays, a fairly aggressive play style. My deck is a control deck straight up. I have early removal, early annoying cards like Bastet, so it's a 3-cost 2/2 god. When it dies, it spawns 3 1/1 cats. Pretty powerful card. Khepri is the ultimate small guy slayer. So when you play him, it's a Warcry ability. You deal 1 damage to all of the units, but then you heal all of your guys for 1. If you remember that Thoth card, well, that is a pretty devastating combo, as you might imagine. So, Mulligan stage, I'm choosing between 4 cards because I'm going second. I also acquire the mana potion. My opponent on turn 1, even though he starts with 2 mana, he played a 1 mana card to spawn 2 cursed warriors. So the scope of the game is I have a summoning stone, my opponent has a summoning stone. Anything that gets summoned has to be in adjacent proximity to the summoning stone. Cards with charge, like his hero power, can move and attack right away. Cards without it cannot. I drew Brontes, I don't know which one it is for my turn. I don't have any 2-cost plays except for the removal. It's a pretty weak removal. So my opponent can move 1, 2, 3, and attack. So because this area can be vulnerable, and Bronze is a really valuable card because I have a lot of gods in the deck. I'm just going to ramp up again and again, and my hero power heals friendlies in a column so I can keep him up once he's big enough. It's really important that I don't get him killed. So you can see there's an exclamation mark based on the positioning that seems to go away. So if I place him here, or here, or here, he cannot be attacked. So I think I'll place him here. It's the closest to both of them that can't be attacked directly by his cursed warriors. Now, the 2-on-1s can't kill him, but with the hero power, he might be able to kill him. And I don't want to lose my bronze because I gotta build up my board. That's typically how this deck plays. So all these guys are melee. You can see on their attack, they have a sword. So 3 melee damage. There are ranged units, and because of the counterattack feature in the game, ranged units have a pretty large advantage because, well, you can do damage to melee units without taking damage back. They are fairly well balanced still because removal is very strong, particularly in like Roman and I think Egyptian also has some very, very good removal. Also, because the playfield is not that large, like he played units next to the summoning stone. He moved them immediately next to my summoning stone. So range units are kind of like mostly win more. And there's very few that will carry you when you're behind. So here I want to play a god. I have 3 mana, so I can play Bastet or Sobek and use removal. Sobek gets +1/+1 when a friendly is healed, and you can heal your summoning stone, so that hero power to heal a row, it's really important that you position your units accordingly. So I'm going to play this guy here. I'm going to kill this one. I can attack diagonally, any adjacent spot you can attack into. So I'm going to kill that guy. And I want to play Bastet. I'm thinking of playing Bastet in front because I don't care if Bastet dies. If Bastet dies, she spawns 3 cats. If Bronze dies, well, that would be a shame because not only am I losing a guy that's going to get really big by the end of the game, but also I'm losing a unit that is missing health. And that is really important because I want to maximize the healing potential of Sobek. Alright, so I'm thinking of dealing with Ymir here, so attacks stun enemies. Stun enemies don't counterattack, so it's pretty important to just crush Ymir with your own attacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Bastet in range to attack, but I'm not going to attack yet because when it dies it spawns 3 cats, and it might take up this position where I need to eventually move Bronze into, but I'm not going to move him there quite yet. I'm going to play Sobek. I'm going to play him up here, so he can get into combat next turn, but not quite yet. I'm going to use my hero power, so I can heal this row, healing my summoning stone and bronze, and Sobek is going to get buffed up twice as a result. So after the heal, then I can move into position, and then I can get a hit on that, and then I can get the kill on that, and I can get my cats. So from this point in the game, it's basically over. Obviously this is a practice opponent, but you kind of get to see the flow of gameplay. I have Kepri here, so I can deal... oh wow, he ended up killing a cat. Thor killed a cat. How about that? So, what I think I'm going to do here is... he's a little bit out of range of attacking, but I can use Sunder for 2, and I can play this to deal 1 damage to all and then heal my guys for 1. It's also a god, and the double heal, the triple heal actually, because it heals a summoning stone as well, is going to make my Sobek very large. So at this point I've taken over the game, and it'll end shortly after. It's a pretty basic game because, Odin has a fairly direct game plan to just rush face with small chargers, and mine is basically to just hard counter exactly that. So a bit unfortunate for the AI opponent, but matches get really intense in some cases. Some of the gods have some extremely powerful cards that counter and recounter, and you really have to understand the game, play in advance, know how to get the maximum out of your cards, to save those combos. There's just so much to it that I think you guys would love exploring. For now, I want to leave you guys off with a few highlights from my best games playing the deck I highlighted, the Raw Egyptian Control deck. And again, from what I've seen, all the gods seem roughly as powerful. So check out the game, open a few packs that the game gives you, and if you get a few of these powerhouse cards, lean towards playing that deck so you can maximize those cards. Hope you guys had fun playing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Both is good, but I mostly want a card that costs 2 if I can get one. No, just a lot that costs 3 apparently. Okay. Oh, whoops. Wow. It's pretty sick, actually.
Oh, yes. There is a soulmate out there for all of us.
Whenever an enemy unit moves, it takes 1 damage. Wow.
My blood runs cold. Bathe the glow.
It's an anti-aggro deck. Oh, that's a legendary god. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not playing aggro, so I don't care that much. Wow.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Countered hard. I've never seen any of these cards played before, so like, let's call it a learning experience. Move a unit 2 tiles away. Okay.
Bathe the glow.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of anti-aggro cards.
My doors are always open.
Another dude, this is the most expensive deck I've ever seen. Okay.
Let us do this by the book.
No, I got a kill in it.
This world and I share many things. Most importantly, the will to survive.
Stun in a row. Okay. Oh, I guess I missed the damage, huh? This guy's deck is crazy. He's played so many high rarity cards. What? Why did that take so much damage? Another legendary? Let's see.
We shall force our enemy.
I thought. Whatever.
Good morning, Grover. Time to get up. This forest needs our protection. That's the spirit.
Can't hit it now.
The day is ours!
I want to block off the front there. Oh, I don't want to draw too much. I don't want to draw 3, do I? No, I actually don't. We're intentionally not healing there. I think you can easily play this game for free. Okay. Should I keep Kepri? It's a really good activator card, but I think I need just whatever cards to throw at him in the meantime. Well, didn't exactly get that.
You're electric!
Sure.
Yes.
Another performance already. I guess they can't get enough of me.
Ranged with 2 attacks. It's a pretty good card. Gonna start slaying my cats.
This is exciting.
Uh-oh. Sunder's pretty good. Let's get the Spartan bros out there. They protect each other. I don't know if Spartan's a basic card, but I got 2 immediately. It might be a basic card. It's one of the most powerful anti-aggro cards. He can't heal though. It's a pretty strong card though.
The eternal darkness embrace you.
Wait, what? How did that not hit that? I'm not good at that ability.
Now to find a soulmate.
So we can nuke that.
Let us do this by the book. Yes!
Yeah, Thoth just nukes like crazy when I heal. And the nukes are not basic attacks, so the protect doesn't work.
There are some who will never learn.
Peace, Athena. Yeah, so whenever I heal, deals 2 damage in a row. And when this guy comes to play, it deals 1 to everything and heals all my guys. It just zaps everything. At least this guy doesn't do damage to the base. That would actually break the game. Rip.
Fates be with you.
Got another Thoth, huh?
Good game.
Oh, it does do damage? Oh. Oh. Huh. Okay. It doesn't. All enemies. I don't know. I thought it doesn't, but... I think with that play, he stopped my lethal though, so... how do we do this? There's nothing to heal, right? No, there's not. Let's just leave those 2 cards behind. No big deal.
There are some who will never learn.
Ocean water, wash away these rebels. Fates be with you.
Rip. Okay, let's see if it does the damage.
Let us do this by the book.
No, it doesn't.